Hello, I am Olivia Wendland.
And I'm Olivia Ferro, and this is GERO 315 News. Today we are focusing on one specific detail of online learning, final exams.
The current GERO 315 is working on completing the final through a more unusual and progressive way, collaboration. We are going to talk to the students about working on the exam, but first we want to speak to Dr. Walsh, professor of Journey into the Mind and the decider behind doing the exam and collaborations.
Hello, Dr. Walsh. So first, I just want to ask you, how are you doing as a professor, a father, and an expert in the healthcare community during this global pandemic?
I'm doing good. I'm blessed. My son's a freshman, and he actually came home. The week before spring break. My other son is working right now, and my wife's also a part-time professor, and so we've been working really hard, but we're good. We live in a great place, so that we're able to relax outside. And yeah, as you know, I'm a biologist by trade, and I just took it upon myself to become a kind of an unbiased source of current information about public health and also just the biology behind what's going on with this historic pandemic. And for you guys are general education students. I just really focused on the public health part. But for my upper division classes, I really redirected the curriculum to let them know that this is the biology behind the infection, and these are all the treatments that are being developed and why.
Thank you. How has online learning changed your perspective on the college experience and how you run your class?
So it's hard on everybody. I mean, believe it or not, for us, because you guys know me, Savannah's in. So and that's okay. We're gonna assign Savannah to a room here. All right. And this is part of the fun. Okay. And so I'm gonna just
Welcome to
randomly
online class.
I'm gonna put her in 5. All right. All right. And there we go. Okay. So but yeah, I mean, it's you guys know me in the classroom. I like to I have profound ADHD, and I like to wander around and engage all you guys. And it's been so fatiguing to sit at my desk or sit at my kitchen table and do it, because I teach multiple classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. So doing that for 5 hours, my lower back hurts, and I'm just worn out. And and I understand for you guys how hard it is too, because it's hard to stay on time, on track, and engaged doing it this way.
Thank you. So what has been your favorite memory from online learning?
Uh, I think I like to to loosen things up, and so having our pep rallies were fun. Definitely a good time, and it just the conversations that I've had with people, either at the end of class, in the chat rooms. I had a chance to talk to Olivia previously in the chat room. It was after we had our documentary about mental health and clinical depression, and that was, a pretty amazing documentary, and it really hit hard because people are going through a lot right now. And then just looking at the discussions, so we've thrown out the extra credit discussions, and people are opening up their hearts, and that's been the best part.
I agree. So, what made you decide to make the final and previous midterm collaborative?
Yeah, so you guys are going through enough right now. This is such a difficult, stressful time, and I just wanted to keep you guys on track. I wanted to keep you guys engaged. I didn't want to lose any students, and so you know, as you guys know, my wife Julia has leukemia, and so was a cancer researcher for years. She's an attorney, but she's 100 times more smart, more together than I am. And so she started tracking the numbers coming out of China in January, and she knew. And so we had our own Excel spreadsheet, and we were watching things, and she knew. And she says, "It's coming, it's coming." And then when the early wave happened in Washington State, and so yeah, so it was just important to stay on that and be aware of that. And yeah, and ask your question, your second part of your question again, Olivia, because I kind of went.
Yeah, so just why did you choose to make the midterm and
That's right.
final
Sorry. See, I was having, I'm a gerontologist, and sometimes you have little like gerontology moments. So so it was really, really stressful, bottom line. And so that's I don't know if you guys remember when we did our kind of rehearsed online while you still were on campus. I announced then it's open book, it's open notes, and then I thought to myself, you know what better way to learn than for you guys to educate each other? So I said, let's have this collaborative midterm and final where you guys get in there and go over it together, and it worked out tremendously.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Sure.
Now we're going to head into the student breakout groups and discuss the students' perspectives of the online exam.
All righty.
Isn't motion parallax just your ability to perceive depth based on motion?
Right, but I think it's like when it comes to motion parallax itself, it's like when objects far away move slowly and the closer ones move quicker, right?
Right.
And isn't that like part 2 is the 3D and depth perception?
I think so. Well, here there's like on the review slide says, remember how movie makers, cinematographers take advantage of how images move across your eyes. And then this motion difference is relayed to the brain to provide motion in 3 dimensions, which is motion parallax. So that's what it's on the review slide. And what is it? So and then next question, I guess. I had a typo at number 20.
Hey guys, so what should I write in the chat for 21?
Oh, we could see the screen now.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Does this sound good to you guys? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Then question 22.
Wait, can I see the rest of the?
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay, perfect. Very good.
So, question 22. Protective coverage can introduce risk. What is this disease called? Wait. Isn't this bacterial meningitis? Meningitis, yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I think.
Or at least that's the only thing that we talked about in class that I can think of at least. Yeah. Massive systemic infection by bacteria with out of control.
I think this is septic shock or like sepsis.
I think sepsis is the. I think. I think it's sepsis, the one that they're looking for here.
It says minute. Wait, let me just type this.
I think you guys are right on that one. I think it is sepsis.
Wait, it says sepsis is called blood poisoning.
Wait, Jamie wrote meningococcal septicemia?
Yeah, it says it's the amputation of fingers and toes or limbs may be necessary.
Okay. So are we writing that one then? The one that's in the Zoom chat? Is that the idea?
Hey guys, so Robbie, why don't you stop the share, and I think the Olivia's might want to ask a couple questions.
Oh, okay.
All right, thanks you guys so much for letting us interrupt your test taking. We'd just like to thank you for taking a brief moment to answer some quick questions.
So first, we just want to know how your classes in general have been supportive through this time of online learning.
I don't know. I would say it's been very different, especially in terms of like getting to like going to the live class instead of watching it online afterwards. I think it's just been, especially I'm on the East Coast, so times are a little different. So like I'm waking up at, let's say 10 and assuming my class is going to be at 11, but in reality it's at 2. So my day's kind of a little bit changed. So that was a weird adjustment, I would say. But the classes have been, I don't know, they've been all right. I've heard some classes are changed a lot, but I don't know. I think the classes have been all right.
Yeah, I agree. I'm in the Midwest, so time change has been an issue, but it is a good adjustment, I think, for all of us to be able to adapt to these new situations.
I think it's been it's a different transition from like being in a classroom environment where you're interacting with like students as well as the teachers. But I think it depends on the class. Like this class has been amazing throughout the transition, but I've also had some classes that like were less lenient and less like understanding and flexible, which was tough. But definitely, professor, you did a great job this semester. Like working with what you got with everything that's happening. So I really appreciate that. And I think like it'd be really good for like maybe some other teachers to like see what you're doing was right and like kind of helping the students figure it out.
I was gonna say, I think some teachers have helped by like being more lenient on some of the deadlines, or if there's an assignment due, like kind of right in the middle of the transition, then they kind of push it back like a week to give people a little bit more time. I think it's nice that teachers gave like recordings of class lectures, even if they usually, like one of my classes, our professor doesn't really post slides because he doesn't really use them, but I know that he had to prepare slides to teach like online courses, and he doesn't post the slides, but he records the lectures. So, I mean, he's making an effort, whereas like in class, you know, he wasn't even like required to have the slides because he didn't use slides. So
that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like how it could be like even more helpful to be online.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my take on that.
Awesome. Thanks, you guys. We have been discussing stress in the brain recently. Do you feel the collaborative test-taking experience has been able to alleviate any of the stresses accompanied by the current COVID-19 pandemic?
Definitely. Definitely. I think like with everything that's happening, and like everyone has different schedules and times and everything, like classes, like not being in an environment, you don't know what you've missed or not missed. And I think it's really good that we're all able to we're all like under the same stress of the COVID-19. So I think like everyone working together, like I don't really feel like I'm missing out on education wise. So I think it's like a win-win in terms of like students are getting that interaction with other students and able to have those conversations and like challenge each other while also like having that like excelling academic environment. So I think it's been good.
Okay. Yeah, I do, because I think that, you know, it makes it easier, obviously, and in a time when it's like not in a normal structure, it's nice to have a little bit of like support going on. So yeah, I appreciate the group testing.
So thank you all for taking the time to answer our quick questions, and good luck on the rest of the exam. We'll see you guys in a bit.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the studio, and thank you for tuning in to today's talk on GERO 315. Stay safe and keep your chins up during this hard time.
I'm Olivia Ferro.
And I am Olivia Wendland.
And this has been GERO
315 News.